Hello, YouTube. I like to read posted articles of a bright Russian scientist, a graduate of the top military space academy of his country. And now he's a leading engineer and programmer. Previously involved with the ISS and the MIR station projects, he was also in the GLONASS and other special programs of his country. Most likely, he also worked in the little-known Russian Space Intelligence Agency. I think there are hints about it in his writings. Sergei is very bright. I think that there is a reason he publishes information on the internet about the space exploration, about celestial mysteries, Moon and Antarctica, for instance. Maybe there is a signal to his counterparts pointing out certain things. Meaning this, we know this much or more, but this is all we will admit to. Or maybe Sergei is just having fun. Sergei has immense knowledge and a cool sense of humor. You can find more of my videos about him through the years. Here are his observations about the possible contact with the aliens. Here it goes. What is the threat to the world of contact with aliens? Think about it for a moment. We live in a vast universe filled with billions of stars, around which an innumerable number of planets revolve. Close your eyes for 2 seconds and imagine a sandy beach at least a kilometer long. Can you realize how many grains of sand there are on this beach? And now try to imagine all the beaches of the Earth. Did it work? And so, the number of stars in the observable part of the universe alone is billions of times greater than the number of grains of sand on all the beaches of planet Earth. Do you think that there is life somewhere other than Earth? Among all this insane number of stars and planets? I think there is. And not only that, there is intelligent life. Another thing is that these civilizations may be so far away from us that we will never meet them until the very death of the universe. What can I say? We will never be able to reach the nearest stars, most likely, because for some reason the universe has set limits on the speed of movement in space. Just imagine for a moment, we are absolutely alone in this universe, and nowhere else on any planet is there a blade of grass, a grasshopper, even the simplest bacterium. All the other worlds are dead, even those that are like 2 drops of water similar to our Earth. There are surf noises, there are tides occur, the air temperature warms up near the sea to 30 degrees. Sometimes snow falls in winter, sometimes hurricanes occur. But all the seas are lifeless, and all the beaches are empty. Personally, such visions give me a creepy feeling. Like all normal people, I think, man is a social being, and even the most notorious hermits and sociopaths and they will be said about some nice person. We don't want to be alone in this endless space. And therefore, despite the extremely low probability of success, we are increasingly looking for traces of life in other parts of the universe. Even more than footprints, we're looking for signs of the existence of alien civilizations. We scan exoplanets in search of biosignatures, signs that signal the presence of life. We listen to the sky and even send messages to potential green men. But let's imagine for a second that an incredible miracle has happened, and contact with representatives of another intelligence has been established. What happens if we actually receive a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization? Or will their ships suddenly appear in our skies? According to the now deceased famous astrophysicist Stephen Hawking, in this case it would be nice to recall the history of the arrival of European immigrants to America, because aliens may not be peaceful creatures at all. Some researchers decided to put the question a little differently. They asked themselves this question: will the search for alien civilizations in space lead to catastrophic consequences for humanity, even if such an extraterrestrial civilization demonstrates quite friendly intentions? Scientists have come to a disappointing conclusion. Even the simple detection of a technosignature, an artificial signal emitted by aliens, can destroy the world, already very fragile, because of riots, or even riots organized, for example, by religious fanatics. And what happens if aliens give Earthlings some previously unknown knowledge? Yes, everything will be as usual. In 2020, researchers from the University of Texas, USA, conducted a study that clearly showed that a nation that owns some kind of extraterrestrial technology may be tempted to keep it a secret in order to have an advantage over the rest. And if necessary, protect yourself and even, which is more likely, use the knowledge you have gained to attack the enemy. It is clear that any discovered extraterrestrial civilization will be technologically more advanced than ours. After all, it knows how to spread signals. It signals with huge capacities and in all directions. Therefore, researchers recommend that you exercise maximum caution when implementing projects to search for intelligent extraterrestrial life. They even call for monitoring radio telescopes that listen to the universe as seriously as nuclear power plants. However, researchers from the Penn State Extraterrestrial Intelligence Center, USA, question such conclusions. Firstly, because they consider it unlikely that any country can maintain secret contact with an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization. Scientists note that researchers from several countries usually participate in such programs. Openness is one of the foundations of the functioning of modern science. The researchers also argue that it is unlikely that an ordinary techno signature will carry very valuable information that could be useful to a country trying to keep it secret. Imagine, medieval scientists received drawings of an atomic bomb and successfully created it? Nonsense, right? Science, in fact, is not linear at all. It is cumulative. What conclusions can be drawn from all of the above? In any case, the discovery of extraterrestrial intelligence does not bode well for Earthlings, at least at this stage of the development of our civilization. First, we will immediately try to use the knowledge we have gained to improve the forms and methods of warfare. It's not even up for discussion. Of course, it is unlikely to be possible to do this, having a huge technological gap, lasting perhaps millions of years. Secondly, hundreds of millions of people on our planet still live in conditions of medieval religious obscurantism. And surely these people will react to the news of the discovery of intelligence beyond the Earth very aggressively and belligerently, since this event will undermine the foundations of their faith. And thirdly, it is far from the fact that the alien ships that have arrived on Earth will radiate goodness and bring light. It is quite possible that any civilization of intelligent beings has as its sole purpose territorial expansion, allowing the leader of such a civilization to receive more and more subjects and accordingly expand his power, satisfying ambitions. No, at least today we don't need to meet with aliens at all, and even information about them can cause a lot of trouble. Or maybe that's why we can't hear anyone. Maybe we were just isolated for time being until we're ripe. Or are the authorities hiding it? Watch the sky carefully. They can appear at any moment. Be vigilant. Good luck to everyone. This is what Sergei has had to say. Please allow me to add a few thoughts of my own. First of all, as you can see, Sergei used only American data, scientists, and conclusions. Secondly, I need to add that just using the example of Americas with the arrival of European immigrants, he might as well use the example of when the Russians expanded into Siberia, and what happened to the people that live there, and so forth. Unfortunately, this pertains to all of humanity. Of course, not only Europeans, other countries, other civilizations conquered, and so forth. So, the aliens should not be different unless they reach some other level we can't even comprehend, and send the so-called progressors, using the term created by a wonderful science fiction writers team of brothers Strugatsky. And you should read, if you have a chance, The Roadside Picnic, because you will see how a contact can be without consequences that could be foreseen. I don't want to go too much into it. Read it. That's what I wanted to let you know. Also, my own rumination, so to say, about this disclosure hype that's taking place. I understand that a lot of people in the United States, can't wait for the disclosure and have, uploaded congressional hearings and just can't wait for information to be released and so forth. Kumbaya doesn't happen. United States will not release any information until China and Russia, at least, do so as well. Those states have something, I'm sure, based on my research for decades from open sources, they have something too. And the United States most likely has something too. Or none of them have anything, which is possible as well. But it's not going to be a unilateral process, because President, whoever it will be in 2024, will say, yes, we will release all our information accumulated through the intelligence agencies and so forth. So the population of the United States can have information about aliens and peace will prevail and so forth. No, that's not how you play cards. That's not how you play poker or other games. You hold on to your cards and you show them together with your opponents. Nobody is going to show their cards unilaterally. So personally, no, I don't believe in any disclosure anytime soon with the states the Earth is today. So I have to agree with Sergei on many points. That's what I wanted to let you know today. I stated his opinions, which is very important to know what your, I don't want to say adversaries, but counterparts in other countries think and how they view this situation. And also, what consequences, at least openly, they state the contact or encounter with aliens can bring. That's what I wanted to let you know and give you some thoughts about the disclosure that I have. I want to thank you for your attention to my work, and I'll bring you more interesting information from other countries as well. And I also ask you, if you like my research, to support me to the links you'll find in the description to this video. Subscribe to my channel. Of course, leave your comments. I'm sure you may think differently than he does or I do. And thank you for your attention to my work.